Could you make more money by editing less? I believe the answer is yes. And in this video, I'm going to explain the new way of editing, how you can maximize your content value and impact your audience, but also grow your business. And the best part is it means less work for you or your editor, which means cheaper rates and less revisions and ultimately less headaches. But first, I need to explain the big shift when it comes to content creation and editing. At first, it was mainly entertainment YouTubers. Anytime that someone was creating content, it was for entertainment purposes. It's only as time's gone on and in the last few years, it's more educational based, but people took the entertainment side of editing and put it into the educational space. And that's what everyone thought that they had to do. But recently, that is not the case. There's YouTubers blowing up on YouTube or on Instagram or on TikTok with a more natural feel to their videos where there's less editing and editing is only used to emphasize certain points or to illustrate certain topics to add a visual element. But it also depends on what type of video you're recording. If you're recording a normal talking head video, the editing process is slightly more important because then you can add the visual aspect in the editing. But for example, if you're doing a whiteboard style video, the visual aspect could be done on the whiteboard, which means it wouldn't need to be done during the editing process, which means less editing, which is why I guess whiteboard styles has become a lot more popular. And honestly, this was a massive shift for me and my client. You probably know him, Nero Knowledge. At first, we was doing faceless videos. You know, I wasn't really a big fan of faceless videos. One, it's a lot of effort when it comes to editing. It requires a lot of revisions and the script also needs to be perfect. There's just a lot of moving pieces and it wasn't actually necessary. After a few months of actually trying this and it wasn't working to the standard that we liked, we actually went to talking head whiteboard videos where the visual element could be explained by Nero himself inside of the video, and then I would just do simple edits to make sure that the video flows nicely and any relevant Bible scriptures or any relevant topics also come up on the screen as they're being spoken about. The biggest thing that changed is that we started editing for retention and clarity instead of just entertainment. Even though I believe entertainment is a big part of YouTube videos, since it's a longer video, if there's not a slide joke in there here and there, then your video is probably going to be pretty boring, bro. But anyway, I'm going to go through the 5 things that me and Nero Knowledge actually do every single time that we go to record a video that maximizes impact and helps him grow his business. Number 1, how many of you actually use a teleprompter or want to use a teleprompter? The issue with the teleprompter is that a lot of the times it makes you look like you're just reading lines. So a more natural feel and a more authentic feel is just to record the video in one take. You can have bullet points, which is what Nero Knowledge does. He has probably like 5 bullet points just to remember what he's going to say or the things that he wants to cover. So he doesn't finish the video and then think, damn, I completely forgot to mention this point. So we just have bullet points and we record everything in one take. And actually, he's a very good speaker, so nothing actually needs to be deleted. However, if you are not that great of a speaker and you have to think about what you're going to say next on the second point, like I do, you can actually just cut the dead space out, especially if it's too long. You don't want it to be super annoying and jarring when you're cutting dead space every 2 seconds, because this is YouTube, not short form video. And that goes on to the second point. You want to reduce or eliminate jump cuts. When I was editing for Nero and just other clients in general, I always used to abuse a jump cut. I used to think I need to maximize retention, like, yeah, this is it. But jump cuts are actually jarring. And in the new style of videos, I rarely ever use jump cuts. I only ever use it to emphasize a point. And this is what I've started to do with my own YouTube videos now. I only use it to emphasize a point or to zoom into a particular aspect of the whiteboard so that they can see it more clearly and just again emphasize that part of the drawing or visual elements. Number 3, how many videos do you think you can actually record in one sitting? Now, depending on how long your videos are will depend on the answer, of course. Nero's videos are around 40 minutes to an hour. My videos more like 10 to 20 minutes. Gavin's videos sometimes 10 to 30 minutes. You could potentially record 2 videos for Nero. That's what we do. Sometimes 3. Other people could record 4. Depending on how long your video is, depends on how much you can record in one sitting. And the third point is to batch record your content. Find out how much you can record in one sitting without slurring your words by the third video or just really messing up your sentences or just have a low energy. Once you figure out that it's 2 videos and the third one is like, it's not so good, just stick to doing 2. If you think you can do 3 because your video is already 10 minutes long, do 3. If it's 4, it's 4. Doing this allows you to have a backlog of videos. So when life actually happens and you can't sit down and record, you will have videos to put out regardless, which is a thing that a lot of creators don't really seem to understand. Even though you're super motivated right now, life will happen and it will slow you down. The best thing to do is have a contingency plan and have videos in the back. So at least one video in the back. So if you can't record this week or for that day that you're meant to record and batch record content, you have a video that can go out on the Sunday or on your scheduled recording day. Number 4, what style are you actually using? I remember when I was editing for Nero's videos early days and it was Faces videos, I think I used about 4 different fonts unintentionally in one video. And it started off as Helvetica, then I went to something else, and then something else, and then something else. And now that I look back at it myself, I just kind of think, why did I do that? There was no consistency. It wasn't like it was intentional. All I'm trying to say is find your style and be intentional about it. You don't need more than 2 fonts. One is just a regular font that's easy to read, and 2 could be a typeface or a right face. I'm not sure which one they call it, but it's basically your fancy looking font. And really and truly, you just need one that's easy to read and you can just put text there. It doesn't need to be complicated. And it's the same with the colors. Find your brand colors or find colors that you like using. 1 to 3 colors is perfectly fine. And make sure that they complement each other. Like, don't be using red and blue in the same thing if it doesn't complement each other, or they're just you guys know what I'm talking about. And number 5, which part of your video editing process is actually necessary? That's a question that you need to ask yourself or ask your editor when you're reviewing the actual video. A lot of people put elements towards the end of the video and they ignore the start of the video. The start of the video is the most important, but if you're going to put visual elements inside of the video, typically they should be done within the first minutes, first 30 seconds, first 15. The sooner the better, because that's probably going to grab their attention. The other visual elements you should be using to further emphasize or visually explain a point. And apart from that, a good thing that you can do is tell stories, or you can use metaphors. And if you're telling stories, then you have visuals, videos, pictures, anything that can complement or enhance the storytelling. Just put the pictures or videos inside of the video. It doesn't need to be something fancy. Literally just put it over and put a overlay behind it. And the second thing you can do is use metaphors. It just further emphasizes the point and makes people understand it from a completely different perspective. And I just love metaphors. I'm probably not the best at metaphors, but I love hearing them when watching videos. So if you use the advice that I've said inside of this video, you without a doubt edit less and see more impact on your content when it comes to views or clients for your business. By the way, if you are a YouTuber that wants to grow their channel and get more leads and clients for their business, I am launching my YouTubers Academy. I'll put the waitlist inside of the link in the description and you can join. There'll be bonuses for people on the waitlist if you join from the waitlist rather than just joining when it's announced either on YouTube or on my Instagram. Spaces are opening at the end of this month. So if you want more clients, you want to grow your channel, get more views, this is the place to be. It's gonna be super sick. Again, more details will be in the description. I'll catch you in the next video.